Good morning. Well, it's morning for me, and welcome to day 2 of our 5 days of heartfelt gratitude. Today, we're going to be talking about your incredibly capable and skillful mind. Your mind is literally a chemical producing supercomputer. It is so amazing. And I know that for a lot of you that struggle with negative thought patterns, that seem to get stuck in loops like a city loop train that you never get out of, it can feel like your mind is your enemy. It can feel like this annoying thing that keeps kind of drawing you into places that you don't want to go. But I want you to know that underpinning that pattern is the truth that how you think is generating how you feel. If you're new to this idea, it might be a bit of a mind bender because a lot of people feel like their feelings just come out of nowhere and then their thoughts match their feelings. So, I'm feeling depressed, therefore I'm thinking low quality, not very positive thoughts. Whereas your feelings come from what you're thinking. Now, in my book, the happiness recipe, which a lot of you would have seen, and in the workshop that I teach of the same name, like an 8-week workshop where I take you through mapping your own unique happiness recipe, we do a lot more work on this, on your mind, on understanding internal dialogue, and how to feel so much more in charge of driving the vehicle of your life. In this 15-minute lesson, I'm going to do some snapshots and I'm going to give you 4 tools for your amazing mind. And just know if you're new to this or you want support with this, then reach out to me, and perhaps that 8-week happiness recipe workshop is a great fit for you, or have a chat about how I can support you more. But for the sake of this lesson, we're going to be talking about your amazing mind in 4 ways, and I'm going to get started right away. So, starting with the idea that your thoughts create your feelings, understanding that this is a workshop about gratitude, I want you to just absorb that idea and feel grateful for that skill. Because when you're aware that you can direct your thinking, you can therefore direct your thinking to somewhere that's going to lead to positive thinking. So the very first part on your worksheet for today, it's in the post before this one if you're watching in the Cultivate Soul Deep Happiness Facebook group, so just download it and work through it with me. This is the first question, what are 2 things, people, events, places, circumstances, what are 2 elements of my life that I can think about right now and I know that will produce some positive feelings? So all of us have these. So for me, let me just give you some examples. I can think about the day that I birthed both of my children. It was like someone once described birth as the only blind date where you already love the person that you're going to meet. And I thought, oh, how gorgeous, right? So if I go into that day and the first time I held both my children, there's like, I can have heart open, happy tears. Like that's somewhere that I can go without fail, and that produces those feelings for me. I can go to travel experiences I've had around my own country, Australia, and around the world, and think about moments in places that when I go there, I feel this kind of vastness. I feel a joy. I feel a satisfaction, because some of the places I had to put a bit of effort into getting to. So that's somewhere that I can go inside my mind, and it will, without fail, produce a positive feeling. I can also go forward inside my mind, and I'm going to be doing a lot more speaking on the happiness recipe work, because I am on a mission to change the conversation that we're having about mental and emotional health and help people feel more empowered. And so there's something I'm working towards right now, which will be quite a large audience, speaking to people that I can help. And so when I think about that, I love public speaking. It's such a great experience to share what I know with more people. So when I think about being on that stage, that without fail makes me feel inspired and motivated and things like that. So you can think thoughts on purpose that are going to create positive feelings. So I want you to note down at least 2, and we're just starting this process of feeling grateful that there's places you can go inside your mind that will produce positive feelings, because our thoughts really are like a television station, and you can watch a depressing show or you can change your station to something that's going to feel better. So let me know how you go. 2 things that you know you can think about. It might be your wedding day if you're still madly in love with your partner. It might be the day you graduated. It could be all sorts of things, but let me know and share. And just be so grateful that you've got this skill in the privacy of your own mind. Like, no one has to know what you're thinking. You can have a smile on your face for any reason whatsoever. Okay, so part 2 of the 4 ways we're going to be talking about being grateful for your amazingly capable mind is appreciating that time is irrelevant to this supercomputer. So as I alluded to before, I can have positive feelings about the past, but I can also have positive feelings and thoughts about the future. So you can use your imagination. I know Einstein had a lot of amazing things to say about the imagination. That's where all sorts of creative and fabulous things happen, and we've all got one. Now, yes, some of us are using our imagination to worry and think about things that haven't happened and cause ourselves stress. That is a pattern you can break, I absolutely promise. You might need some support, but I promise it's absolutely doable. Just like learning a new language is doable, and all sorts of things are doable with this amazing elasticity of our mind that's capable of learning. But you can imagine things that haven't even happened and feel amazingly grateful for those. Okay? So you can think of joyful, happy things in the past or that are coming in the future and feel the feelings right now. How cool is that? Right? And we're being grateful, so we're focusing on the fact that you can be in the driver's seat of this process and use it for the power of creating some peace, some relief, some happiness, some laughter, some joy. You can do that for yourself right now. So part 2 of our worksheet, I want you to write yourself an affirmation that positively names this ability you have to time travel inside your mind and use this vast memory or imagination to bring positive feelings into your body. So affirmations are deeply personal. They need to be right for you, but it would be something along the lines of starting with I am, like I am so grateful for, or I'm so grateful that, and then you fill in whatever feels right for you. So something, for me, it would be something like, I'm so grateful that I can use my amazing mind to feel good right now. I'm so grateful that my imagination can take me anywhere. I'm so grateful that I can remember joyous times in my life and imagine positive times in the future. Something like that. I'd love to hear yours if you write, as you write your own. So just write an affirmation that reminds you that you can choose. Maybe you've got an autopilot inside your mind, and maybe your autopilot is lovely, or maybe your autopilot is stressful. But it's just about reminding that you truly are the pilot, you are the driver, and you can choose right now to think of things that create expansion, that create different feelings. So just write an affirmation that names the skill that you can be anywhere in time and space, and you use your amazing mind to feel grateful or any other positive thing. It's a very, very cool thing to know and remember and of course to use. No tool is useful unless you pull it out and you're using it. Awesome. Okay, so part 3, whizzing along through our 4 parts. Part 3, we're going to really feel into the vastness of your mind. You have, whether you are 15 years old or whether you are 85, I want you to imagine all the things that you've learned this lifetime. So everything that you now do without thinking was once a skill you had to learn. So tying your shoelaces, making yourself a cuppa in the morning. It's morning for me, so I'm thinking about that. Getting dressed. You used to need help with that. Brushing your teeth, driving a car, everything that you do at work, your ability to speak and understand English, that's a skill that you've learned. It's kind of mind-blowing, really. Effectively using the toilet, if you can do that, that's something that you had to learn. You had to partner with your mind and body and learn how to do that. I want you to really give yourself a minute to think about everything you do today you once had to learn. You were born as an almost blank canvas with some instincts to, blink and cry out if you need something, but everything other than that you had to learn. Isn't that amazing? Isn't it amazing? And if you can learn all these things that you now do that are so humdrum daily that you don't even think about it, then you can learn amazing things moving forward. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So just for fun, I want you to, I've invited you on the worksheet to list 10 skills that you now have that you feel profoundly grateful for. So I am incredibly grateful for my ability to share my thoughts, so to speak the language that I speak and to hear the language that I speak back to me and have conversations that are deep, true and real. It's soul food in my life, and I'm so grateful that I learned to speak this language, and I've learned the skills that I've learned over time to understand and comprehend and all of that, which moves into the next skill, which is I'm so grateful that I've learned all of the counseling and coaching and healing skills that I've got so that I'm able to help people. So that's just 2 things for me. I'm very grateful that I can drive my car. It gives me an amazing free will to shorten the amount of time that I'm going places. I'm also really grateful that I know how to leave my house and I know how to get on a bus and on a train, and I can go into the city or interstate doing that. That's not new for me. I have done those things. I'm grateful that I can do that. It gives me freedom. I'm very grateful that I can dress myself. I once broke my elbow and I couldn't put a bra on. I couldn't get dressed properly. It was so, as an adult, living alone, and I needed all this help. And afterwards, when I could finally move my arms properly again, it was like, oh, I'm so grateful for those basic skills. So I'm just giving you some ideas, but I want you to write 10 or 100 or 1,000, because there are so many, and just really appreciate the skills that you have that you've learned. And don't worry if you think everyone in your whole town can do it. You still learnt it and you've still got the skill. And I want to encourage you to feel deeply grateful for that, because your mind is amazing. And that brings me to point 4 that we're covering today. But do that list. I'm helping you. Everyone knows that feeling grateful is wonderful, but I want to teach you how to actually do that. There is so much to feel grateful for. Yesterday we talked about your body and how incredible that is, and now we're talking about your mind. And so these are 2 places that people do a lot of self-judgment, and I want to teach you step by step and invite you and encourage you to feel grateful for these incredible tools that we've got. So moving on to the last part, part 4. right? So now that we've opened up a little bit to this vast warehouse of skills that you've got, and the collection of experiences your mind is holding and storing for you, I want you to be really grateful. Looking back, knowing you've created all of these skills, I want you to know that whatever age you are, whatever sex you are, whatever your financial circumstances, whatever your situation, your mind is still capable of learning new thoughts, which means you're capable of feeling new things. And how we feel really generates how we kind of act and how we respond and what actions we take in our life. So if knowing that you're capable of thinking new things really does mean that you're able to begin to cultivate new experiences in your life, which is pretty exciting. So I want you to think about what you're capable of doing moving forward, right? So on the worksheet, I'm saying these words to you. So I'm so grateful that my mind is capable of learning new thoughts. This allows me to learn and grow regardless of my age, gender, geographical location, or financial situation. New thoughts lead to new ways of being, responding, and acting in our lives, which opens up new experiences. We are all capable of learning. Isn't that wonderful? So I want you to take our last step for today is to take some time and really feel into 3 benefits that you can imagine to thinking more grateful thoughts and feeling more grateful in your life. What might the positive benefit be? Really feel into it, because we tend to want what I call in my first book, which is about how to set goals you'll achieve. We tend to want the goal beyond the goal. So we want to learn to drive because of the freedom it gives us, not necessarily because we just want the skill of driving without ever using it. So I want you to feel into, okay, this skill of gratitude that I'm investing my time in learning about with this free 5-day event, why do I want that? What would the positive benefits be for me? So that you get invested in why it's a good idea to actually open up the worksheet, put the work in, and revisit and revisit and revisit and use these tools. Because you can have a hammer and a spanner and a wrench in your bottom drawer, but they're not actually achieving anything if you don't pull them out and use them. And so I want you to really feel into, why would I use these tools for gratitude? What might 3 positive benefits be? So I'll give you some ideas before we finish up. So one of those positive benefits is your health. Stressful thoughts are really damaging. And so the ability to tap in and do what I've been teaching you to do for the last 2 days and feel grateful is an incredible relief for your body. There is a peace in it, which actually gives your body more available energy for healing and maintenance and repair. Your body doesn't do a lot of repair when you're stressed because it thinks it needs to use all its energy to fight or run away. So if you could breathe into, slow down enough to feel grateful for your body, for your mind, and for the things that are coming in the days to follow, your body will relax. It won't be producing the chemicals of, adrenaline and cortisol. It'll be feeling relaxed. It'll be feeling grateful. It'll be feeling open to new experiences. So your health is a major benefit. Another benefit I just alluded to then, when you're feeling more calm and more relaxed, you're open to new experiences. So feeling and thinking and feeling and thinking grateful is going to open you up to new life experiences. When we're stressed, we're very, very closed. The mind isn't open to new experiences because it's focused on fighting for its life or running away biologically. And so we're not open to, if you're running for your life, you don't notice the field over there and, oh, that interesting person. We don't notice anything new. So feeling grateful opens you up to new experiences. One more benefit of feeling grateful, if are someone that's sort of struggled with negativity or struggled with, being in unhelpful patterns, if you can shift this and be more grateful in your life, it's going to help you to realize everything else you can shift. Sometimes we don't know what we can do until we've done it in one area of our life and we go, wow, if I can do that, I can do this, that, and the other thing. Now, there are literally hundreds of benefits to feeling more grateful, and I've listed just 3 of them, but I want to hear yours. Tell me what the benefits you see of being more grateful. It might be that you get to have better conversations with the people around you. Do you know what I mean? There are some people, when you're talking to them, all they can talk about are the things that are wrong. And there's some people that you talk to and you come away from conversations feeling a bit inspired or feeling uplifted or feeling wonderful. So you might become one of those people when you step into gratitude. You might be someone that has different conversations and maybe even attracts new friendships into your life with other people that feel positive about your life. So that's kind of 2 benefits: better conversations and maybe new people. So let me know. I'm tasking you to come up with 3 positive benefits to thinking and feeling more grateful in your life, because if you can do that, you're so much more likely to get invested in doing the steps that I'm talking about. So it's really important, the goal beyond the goal. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I am so grateful for your time. Please tag me in any comments, or reach out to me if there's something specific that you want to ask, or if you've got questions about anything that I covered today, or you're secretly hoping that I cover something. Let me know and I'll see if I can fit it into days 3, 4, and 5. Wishing you a soul deep happy day. Lots of love. Mwah.